Yo, what's going on everyone? Miles Midoriya here, and in this episode we're going to be talking about Spy Family Season 1, Episode 18. In the beginning we see Anya had failed a quiz, and the teacher lets her know that they'll be having some exams in about a few weeks. On her way back home she notices the moon, so when she's back she asks both of them about will the moon be out in 2 weeks, and Lloyd says, are you talking about the lunar phase? While Lloyd is talking about Anya will have exams in a few weeks, we come to learn that Anya has a weakness. When the eclipse happens, Anya's power to read minds goes away. I wonder if anything affects Bond and his powers. She said that she won't be able to cheat on the test, which she shouldn't do in the first place. She asks Bond to give her the answers, and he shows her what they're having for dinner that night. It's actually Lloyd who's cooking. I thought it was going to be Yor because of last week's episode. I mean, y'all let her cook. Even though she did have one, maybe many bad moments, she can handle it. Lloyd could teach her since he can cook too. It's the next day and Lloyd's helping Anya with studying until Yor brings up that her brother would help out when she brought it up to him. Yuri appears, and I don't know if they had the door unlocked beforehand, but he literally just barges in. You don't go around opening up people's doors like that. Yuri helps Anya with studying. He gives her some practice questions. At first, I thought it was just Lloyd he didn't like, but he literally called Anya a gremlin because she gets to spend time with his sister. She got them right, but she thought that she should take it more seriously because she can't cheat the day of the test. Yuri asked Anya does she not like studying. She said yes, and she also asked him as well. We get a flashback of him saying he wanted to help his sister, so he went extra hard in every subject in school. Anya got motivated after hearing that. They studied so much that they both got tired. Yuri asked her has she mastered the grammar lesson yet, and she said, what's grammar? I was like, what was the point of you studying then? He was mad and got out of there. Remember how I mentioned earlier about Yor cooking? She made some snacks. That was something that her brother did come back in and eat. He left crumbs on the floor, and yeah, Bond ate it and he just fell to the side, so she still got a long way to go when it comes to the cooking. Anya starts to think back about the situation with the bad guys and how she wished she could have helped out, so she pushes herself to study more. Lloyd comes back and he sees the book that said foreign languages and mentions that it won't be on her midterm, so he knows she's probably gonna fail. At the school, Anya seems confident that she'll pass her test, and these tests must be taken really seriously because the teachers are taking the test to the vault to be securely locked until grading is done. Lloyd actually shows up at the school going to change Anya's grade, once again using his skills to disguise himself as one of the teachers, but he runs into someone else who is actually a spy, maybe the worst spy in the show as of right now. He calls himself Daybreak. I thought it was funny because Lloyd's spy name is Twilight and wondered if it had anything to do with that, and it did. He mentioned that there was a super spy from the West named Twilight who infiltrated his country, so he decided he would be the rising star to fight against him. Twilight of the West and Daybreak of the East. He's there to change 2 student grades. The way this dude is navigating the campus is bad. He almost ran into 2 security guards. He decided to hang from the side of the light pole. They're talking so they were distracted. I'm assuming that's why they didn't see him because everyone would have probably seen him doing that. Daybreak tries to get into the building. It's locked, so he breaks the window to get in. Lloyd did cover it up by placing a soccer ball near the door. Now he gotta do extra work because of this dude. They're both in the building and Daybreak notices a guard nearby. He hides behind a statue which he knocks down and breaks. The security guard's not playing around. He asks him did he have any ID since he said he worked there. Lloyd doesn't even know this dude and he's cleaning up his mess again, so he gives him an extra ID that he brought his backup. They make it to the vault and Daybreak tries to put in a code and failed of course. He said he had to go to the restroom, which Lloyd already knew there wasn't any restroom nearby. Lloyd puts in the code and it works. Daybreak sneaks up behind him and knocks him out. Kinda reminded me of the first episode. Of course, Lloyd wasn't actually knocked out. He was listening to Daybreak talk about how he did a good job and no one would know it was him because he's a spy. So he thought about writing his autograph on one of the papers until Lloyd stopped faking he was unconscious and told him that he shouldn't do that because he's a spy. He plays it off by apologizing and Daybreak tells him to tell everyone, even exaggerate the story a little bit, but that's not going to happen because he's not a real teacher. He leaves and Lloyd notices that he changed both the Desmond brothers' papers to failing grades. He guesses it's from a business rival or political enemy of Desmond. After that, he looks for Anya's paper. I don't know if they were good or bad, but we do see in the next scene that she was in the 200s for her rank. Back at home, Lloyd was a little upset saying she barely avoided failing and that he will have to be a little more stricter, but she managed to avoid failing all of her tests on her own, so guessing he didn't have to change anything when he saw the papers. He did acknowledge that she's working hard, so that was cool to see. Also, if you're wondering about what happened to Daybreak because the grades got changed back, he got fired. That's where the episode ends. I enjoyed it. Anya may not have done an awesome job to get like the top tier grades, but she tried and is managing not to fail all on her own. I'm not saying she's gonna make a drastic turn right away, but it's a start. Comment below what was your favorite part of the episode. Thank you all for watching this video and I'll see you in the next one.